10:05, better late than never. Boogie with the Bull Monday morning caffeine is on a device near you. Dave Goldman sitting here. William Rayfield is our guest from the Patriots Lab. The Patriots Lab Uncensored today. Hopefully, we're riding some of the Patriots Lab network. If we are, good morning to you and everyone else. We're live on the Dave Goldman profile here on Facebook. We're live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel for another day. And we're just going to get right to it. Today, I had posted that the question is, what was the most important news story of the week for you last week? And what are you doing this week to get positive results? I guess. Excuse me if I have a little bit of trouble getting my words out. My brain is just a little under-caffeinated this morning. So, Mr. Rayfield, why don't you take the floor for a moment?
Good morning, Dave, Glavin, people, Patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be. It's a pleasure to be here as always, man. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm up early. Well, you're up early too. I'm sure there are a lot of other people up early. But if you're following us, please hit that like and share for Mr. Dave Glavin this morning. But not too much going on. I guess everything is focused on up in New York right about now. You know, Trump's got that hearing coming up. I believe it is. It's crazy. There's a crowd of people stand. Fox News has a camera facing the sidewalk, and there's about 15 people out there. And you can tell that's the little group that they hired to come out and say Trump is this, Trump is that, Orange Man bad. But the thing that struck me was I was like, wow, there are only like 10 of y'all over here, though.
If you had the ability to, if you had the ability to be in the courtroom and be live, you know, just out of the way, but be live and broadcast it live, would you do it? I mean, for me, it would be the ultimate thing. If President Trump said you can sit in the back seat of Trump Force One, and we'll get you there, and we'll get you home, but you can sit up somewhere out of the way and just run it.
I'll be there.
I would love that so much. It won't happen. It's one of those actual factual things that probably won't happen. But
no, I will be there eventually. See, a lot of people don't understand. I'm in the process of making over my vehicle right now. For a lot of people that see me out on the road, y'all know I drive a convertible BMW. And my goal and my mission was by inauguration of 2024 to, well, before then, but to just have it totally Patriot ramped out. So it's in conversion. All the parts have been interchanged. Now it's all about getting it wrapped, getting the engine right on it, so it's road ready. But yeah, I plan on being out there within the next short couple of months. I don't want to keep taking the wifey's car out there or getting to rent a car, because actually it's taken away from the fun to fix the car to where I want it to be. So sacrifice now for the stretch run. So I'll be out there about September, October, August maybe. Good. You'll see the Patriot Lab on the road. As always.
Road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Go ahead.
I'll be actually making a trip down Florida. I'll probably be coming. I'll be passing through your neck of the woods.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna start out in Tennessee, and then we're gonna make it all the way down to Miami Beach. I'm gonna do a show from Little Haiti. You know, that's where the new hot spot is with these illegals coming across. So I'm gonna go to Little Haiti and talk to some of the Haitians down there that have come across and see what the deal is, and hoping everything stays nice and peaceful. But yep, that's the mission. That's the next journey, and then I'll be meeting your man Derek Arnold in Daytona Beach. We'll be linking up because he is somewhere down in that vicinity. So we're gonna coordinate, and hopefully I can get down there to link up with a nice flag wave. The Patriot that I'm rolling with, they're coordinating stops for Trump rallies, this and that. It's going to be a month venture on the Florida coast, and
Awesome.
I'll definitely let you know when I'm coming through your neck of the woods. It'd be an honor to come by and meet Dave Glavine.
We're up in the northern area, about 5 hours away from Miami, a little closer to West Palm Beach.
If you're on the path to Miami Beach, we'll be seeing you, brother.
Okay.
Because we got scheduled stops in Daytona Beach, Jacksonville.
Yeah, we're in the Jacksonville area. Yep.
The coast of Florida. I just leave it that way.
Yeah, we're in the Jacksonville area. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But other than that, everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Good. Everything is good. Everything is good.
No, everything ain't good, but
No. Okay. What is not good and what needs to be changed? I know that's a tough question because I'm sure everything is no good and everything needs to be changed.
Well, we finally know who's calling the shots. So we got the Mexican president literally telling the Biden administration, listen, if you don't lift the demands on the embargoes that you have with Cuba, and if you don't change your policies that you have towards Venezuela, and if you don't do it ASAP, we're not only not going to do nothing about the migrant insurgent, but we're going to make it worse. Wow. This is the Mexican president.
The one who he thinks he was on the phone with when he was talking with Bibi and got Bibi all upset.
Who?
Netanyahu. I'm not Netanyahu. Joe Biden claims he was on the phone with Netanyahu and also Sisi at the same time, and a lot of people have told him that doesn't work because there wouldn't be any reason for the two of them to be on the phone with him at the same time. But I don't really know anymore. The actual and factual has been so muted by the time it gets down to me and people down here that sometimes I just don't know what to believe anymore. Sometimes I open up my eyes and go, maybe it's better to just go back to sleep this morning and wait for whatever is going to happen. And I hate to say that, but because that's
you know what to believe. I mean, like me, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what tomorrow has in store, but you know to believe what your eyes see. You know to believe what you see. So, and I'm so glad that common sense, like we was talking about in the green room, I'm so glad common sense is really starting to prevail. It really is. So many people that used to think different have finally let their common sense, for whatever reason, for whatever their motives are, really decide to just take over. And it's a wonderful thing. It really is. It's a wonderful thing to see. Well, we just got to see how far they're willing to use that. How far they're willing to use the power that they realize that they have. So we're gonna see. They're talking about it. It's one thing to talk, but then you got to walk the walk.
And I just don't see. I mean, someone sent me a cartoon of Barack Obama sitting somewhere taking off a mask of Joe Biden. And I was looking at that thing going, if he has to wear that mask and act like a stupid buffoon, the hell's the point? Why not just take the mask off and admit that he's the man calling the shots?
It's just a meme. He's not the one calling the shots.
Yeah, well, no, I just, when I say that, I just mean that he's the one at ground zero telling Joe Biden what to do. I'm sure there are other people well above him and maybe even well below him telling him exactly what to do and how to do it and expecting that he will do it. But I don't foresee that Barack Obama will be getting another deep state presidential term out of this. I don't.
People need to just take a chessboard from an aerial view and just look at the Clintons, the Obamas, the Bidens. You just have to look at them as pieces just being moved around a chessboard. People always get to back, they're calling the shots. They've never called the shots. And for people to really understand that that's the actual and factual. These people have never called their own shots.
Did Hillary
in some areas, of course, but to the nitty-gritty of it and to the policy issue of it, they've did things to backdoor to slide some money in their pockets, but they've never called the hardcore shots.
So you don't think someone like Hillary Clinton was ever calling the shots, other than maybe just making it look like she was calling the shots, but she wasn't.
No, she was doing what she was told to do. She was saying what she might say it differently, but the decisions that they had, I'm not talking about a personal life, I'm talking about policy issues. They don't call the shots. They're just a piece of chessboard being manipulated. That's how people need to understand. How do you think the game continues even after these people are out of office? If they were calling the shots, they shit would crumble because they're no longer calling the shots. You think it's a magician that just comes in and I can do the exact same thing they were doing, call the same, and keep it going smooth? No, they just been replaced by another pawn.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. I hope people can understand that. When there's not a ripple in the water, you see how the ripples changed when Trump got in office? Shit became a tidal wave when Trump got in office. But when Clinton's or shit just went according to plan. It was a smooth Nile River. That was it. Going smoothly. It had nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
They just got rich off of it.
Yeah.
You got to know what you know. You can't walk the fence. Believe crookedness on one hand, then all of a sudden you think the crooked people are saints. And no, they all crooked. No. They all been doing this. They pawns.
Yep, he's still calling him Crooked Joe.
They pawns.
Yep.
Papa, I feel sorry for Papa, but it is what it is.
Yep.
People need to understand one thing. People would consider New York City a blue state. What did I say earlier? New York, if anybody,
you said New York is going to be
has
red.
The balls to do the things that need to be done, it's New Yorkers. And I'm going to give you a prime example of the mentalities New Yorkers have, the ones that really, when they want shit to happen. Really, Rudy Giuliani. Prime example. He got elected as a Republican mayor in a Democratic city. You know why? Because people got fed up. They wanted change. They wanted law and order. If that can't let you know how it can happen when people at Common Sense start taking over. Defund the police ain't nothing positive to think about. Smash and grabs ain't nothing positive to think about.
Nope.
No bail ain't nothing positive to think about. When you got the police department against you, the fire department against you, now you got businesses around the world and in New York against you. And people, how can you say New York's going to turn red?
Big red tidal wave of people that had enough.
You watch. I watched the black folk in the inner cities. They know they all ain't gonna come out and say, we love Trump. We love Trump. I'm not expecting to hear that shit. I'm expecting to hear them say, we have had enough. That answers my question right there.
Yep. This is very true. Live chat's a little slow this morning, but good morning. Oh, but stop. I hate that. There it is. It's back on the screen. Well, we lost it for a second, but Jerry Gaines, good morning to you. And let's see. Apologize there. We'll get it back in a second. The live chat monitor to my left decided to crash and burn, but it's back up. But as you guys come back into the live chat, we'll get it going again.
Maybe I look for different things than other people. I mean, that's just what I see out of my eyes. That's what I see out of my periphery. You know, that's what I see. Common sense, just taking over. You know, and it's not so much what Donald Trump is doing that's driving this. It's the insane thing. It's the insane stuff that these Democrats are doing.
I think sometimes it's just me sitting here and using the excuse that watching it on Facebook, watching it on YouTube, watching it on Rumble, watching it, everywhere is enough. And I'm starting to learn that it's not enough, because even if you're watching it on Truth Social or on X, which claim to be red networks, you're not getting the whole actual and factual. And I kind of miss the days that Boogie with the Bull actually never got to the next step. And sometimes I'm jealous, and maybe I shouldn't use that word, but I am. Sometimes I'm jealous, and I can't just jump into a car and say to someone, you got to drive me to Miami. You got to drive me to Tennessee. You got to drive me to Pennsylvania. You got to drive me to Little Haiti. I want to see both sides. I want to see the Navy and the Coast Guard that are plucking these people out of the water and bringing them ashore. I want to know why we have this agreement with Haiti that says anytime a Haitian wants to come here, all they got to do is hop on a plane and come here. No customs, no nothing. You can stay as long as you want. I don't know if an American can go to Haiti and do the same thing, but I don't understand it anymore. And listening to the Biden regime say, we got 40 million people here already that you got to support, and now we're going to have maybe 40 million more Haitians coming. And it's not that we have 40 million more Haitians coming that bothers me. It's listening to you and the next step above Boogie journalists saying, you don't want these people here. It's the very bad of the bad, the worst of the worst. They're draining their prisons and sending them here.
Mm-hmm.
And bad things are happening. And people don't seem to buy it. And it's the diversions are starting to drive me crazy every single day too. Listening to
People know what's going on.
Yep,
People,
but
people know.
the diversions lately, like Planet Fitness lost $400 million because they're now allowing transgendered males to use the women's locker room and shower room and you know, and the biggest one is finding out that the NCAA story where that said Leah Thompson was stripped of the medals and the titles and Riley Gaines got them was bogus news.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing about that.
Oh yeah, if you go and read it, if you go and look it up, AP, the Associated Press, which not everybody trusts, but I do, shows that originally when it landed on Facebook, it was from a well-known social media website that clearly marked that it was a parody and this and that and the other thing. And just, you know, why do they have to do that? But then if you read deeper, the NCAA has Title IX, which says, I guess, somewhere in it that a biological male cannot compete against a biological female. So why did that happen in the beginning? You know, but just another diversion to keep us looking from, you know, from what's going on. Good morning, Jerry Gaines, and I appreciate the comments that you've got. Dr. Craig Peterson, always a pleasure to have you here in the house. And we have the actual and factual with William Rayfield this morning, the Patriots Lab Uncensored host.
Well, I'm watching the AP right now, and that claim is untrue. They are not transferring medals by transgender Leah Thomas to Riley Gaines.
Right.
Former Division I sister. False claim first appeared in an article that was clearly labeled as satire, and NCAA spokesperson told the Associated Press that Leah Thomas and Gaines tied for a place woman. Blah 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 blah. The fact is that after congressional hearings on Tuesday, so they're not taking her. They're not taking. You know, that would put that daggone community in an uproar right there. We'd have heard that thing all over the place. They took my medals. You'd have heard that. You'd have really heard that.
But the funny thing about it, the whole time they've been saying they're not going to take his or her, whoever its medals and titles away. The back breath has been, but we have Title IX that says this couldn't have happened anyway. And then you got me, who the simplistic side of citizen journalism, who says, well, if it couldn't happen, then why did it?
Because you have to let them live in their fairy tale world, Dave. That's why you got to let... I've stopped asking the question why a long time ago. I don't deal with that. I let them have their fantasy. It's just a fantasy. That's all they're doing. Let them have fun.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad that reality is setting in and common sense is starting to prevail once again. Yeah. I don't know how many times I can keep hammering.
I hope that $400 million lost kiss was enough to end.
Huh?
I hope that $400 million lost kiss was enough to end the fantasy for Planet Fitness.
Well, you know, people like that, they don't care. See, when you're making money like that, you don't care. Not enough people. That's a drop in the bucket for them. They don't care about that. That's a drop in the bucket because you still got people that are going to support them. So now I want to see them lose money to the point where they start having to close down Planet Fitness. then I'm seeing something. But as
Yeah.
long as they all open and operating, and you know,
Good morning, Calvin McMillan. Thank you for joining us as well. And anybody is welcome to make comments on anything that William and I discussed this morning as we go along and be included. Your comments are important, so we will flash them on the screen as often as we can. And because that's just what we do.
yeah. But my opinion, they are never gonna see a red penny from Trump, and they damn sure ain't gonna never see none of his assets. So this is all smoke and mirrors to get people all upset and everything. But it takes too much. See, first of all, people need to understand Trump don't even really own all of these properties. He's got other investors that own these properties. He got you. How many businesses you think bought offices in Trump Tower? Trump don't own that stuff. There's so many businesses that's bought investments. This lady don't. That's why Trump said, "Come get it." You don't even know what you asked for. That's like me driving a Pinto my whole life, and I'd be like, "I wish I could drive a spaceship." And somebody give me the keys to the thing. Go ahead, you wanted it. It's just gonna sit there.
Yep.
And sit there. That man, I don't even want to get upset. People, patriots, whoever you consider yourself to be, pump the brakes. I haven't been wrong too much about this situation because you know
You're
what?
wrong.
Common sense is starting to prevail. But she ain't never gonna see that money. She ain't gonna never see no buildings or anything. Too many people and too many shareholders got stakes in these properties. She just ain't taking it from. And
It's
like
too
I
bad.
said, Trump ain't even started mentioning Supreme Court yet. You know why?
Yeah.
Because it already was at the appellate court, and these rogue DA and the damn the judge that looked like he needed to be on an episode of The Monsters. I'm like, yo, what are y'all doing? Y'all really gonna override the appellate court? But guess what? Ping pong, the ball goes right back to the appellate court. And then it goes to the oh man, whatever. I don't even know why I got my blood pressure going up over this.
Nah, it's only 10:30. Don't get your blood pressure going.
I'm only on coffee cup number 1. But yeah, that's why I sleep good at night. That's why the Don sleeps good at night. And I hear people talking about, well, I mean, put it this way. Why do they even keep talking about? You don't have to talk about Trump campaigning. Listen, Linda, y'all know how I love to say that. Listen, Linda, is there a day that gone by or a week that's gone by to where you can sit back and say, well, damn, we haven't seen Donald Trump nowhere lately. The man is campaigning 24/7, whether it's in the courthouse, whether it's in the damn, wherever the man is breathing, he's campaigning.
Yep.
So many people are sitting back on the Democratic side, and I love watching them have these meltdowns. They're sitting back and they're like, well, he's got 91 indictments and he's been impeached and he did this, but he just keeps gaining ground. What is wrong with these people? Really? We really got to sit back and say, because we know y'all lying. They really expected the American people to go all the way with the lie. They was like, yo, we got y'all. Every now and then, you know, when you've been fighting out there on the seas with that big salmon, you've been fighting with him for 5 or 6 hours, and he started out at 300 yards out, and you finally got him like 20 feet to the boat, and you got him, and you about to get that final yank, and the line snapped. That's what's happening to the Democrats. They did all this work. They put in all these lies, all this legwork, just to get Trump to the boat and try to get that last yank of his properties and bleed them dry. And they about to snap the line. And
Yeah.
Trump gonna go swimming away with his tail wagging. Come on, man.
It's going to be more than his tail. It's going to be more than his tail wagging. I'm afraid to make the gesture this morning because I don't want to get in any more trouble than I am with the two networks that I'm on. But it's going to be more than just swimming away with his tail wagging. It's going to be more, because I think now the American people are at the point where they just want the government, the Democrats, to understand you can't do this. This is the United States of America, and this is not what we do. We don't just bury our political rivals under whatever. We just accept them and deal with them, break bread with them, and at the end of the day, if they beat the hell out of us in the election, that's how it is. You wait 4 years and you try it again. And I can't even understand why they're putting all this effort into Joe Biden. I mean, they have not announced who they're going to run in 2024. Because it can't be Joe. I mean, maybe they are going to run Joe. Maybe they just think that we're all asleep and brain dead and we don't pay any attention. But they can't run Joe. I mean, maybe they think they can.
No, you're right. They can't run Joe, but they can walk his ass.
Yeah,
they can wheel him. They can't run him no more. Even with his new orthopedic shoes, they can't run him no more. Joe can't run. Joe's running days. See, I got to make jokes out of everything now because it's so sad. Joe's running days are over. Joe is limping to the finish line. They're gonna drag his ass there. Through hook and crook, they're gonna drag his, because I don't believe they can get anybody dumb enough to be like, okay, I want to finish the race. I don't think they can find nobody dumb enough.
I want to finish the race against Donald Trump. I just don't see it.
Do you see how quick Gavin Newsom ass ducked out and said, let me go back to California and finish fucking up? Gavin Newsom said, nope. I don't want to.
Gavin Newsom said nope. Michelle Obama, Michael Obama, whatever you want to call them, said no.
They like, wait a minute. You really want us? No. They like, wait a minute. Y'all told me. This is Michelle. Y'all told me. My husband Barack told me he'd be locked up by now. No. They told me 2 years ago. You think I'm really walking my 6'9" ass out there and go? What's she about 6'8" with heels, 6'9", something like that, almost 7 foot. But I'm not
7 foot without the heels.
I mean Michelle Obama. But anyway, yeah, she ain't, man. They thought he was going to be dead. They're like, you're not putting me on the chopping block.
He don't want it. She don't want it. They don't want it. I'm going to cover all the pronouns today.
No, they don't want it. They don't want it.
They don't want it.
They don't know what to do anymore.
I mean, and you know, what are they going to do? Drop down to Hillary Clinton? She probably doesn't want it either. They can't bring Bill Clinton back.
No.
Chelsea Clinton, they can't bring her up.
No.
Because we don't know who her father is.
They are so scared of this. I just hope the confidence that this man has is just beyond conceivable. The way his kids talk about him, Eric and Donald Trump, like they always say, our father is a fighter. We've never seen nobody like him. No one endure what he can endure and still fight the fight that he really never had to fight in the first place. But knowing, oh my goodness, this is like, don't you wish you knew how the story ended? I do, man.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we know how it. I'm pretty sure we know how it ends. It's just it is tough sometimes, just sitting on your hands, going, I know I can go through it one more day. I know I can go through it one more day, because the day that is going to just be so much of a relief for so many people. And I have never seen a presidential candidate in the 15 years that I've been on Facebook doing videos and posting them who says, if you really can't afford to donate right now, I understand. You got a family, you got yourself, you got to take care of yourself and your family first. But I know that your heart is supporting me. I know you're committed to the fight. Because if it was Biden, it would just be, you're not getting out of this hall until you put every penny you got in your wallet in there. And you just,
Yeah, Trump is in a situation. He's a businessman at the end of the day.
He makes me.
Would he love the donations? Yes, but does he need the donations? No.
But he makes me feel so guilty that if I ever got lucky enough to do a Boogie with the Bull broadcast with him, I'd have to whip out $5 from my wallet and hand it to him and say, it's the right thing to do, so I'm going to do it. And he probably wouldn't take it. But, I support him. I just don't understand. I just don't understand what the other side sees. It's almost like they don't have a president. I mean, Robert Kennedy is running as a independent, isn't he? I read this morning that he stands the chance of being booted in Nevada because he doesn't have a vice presidential candidate named. I've never heard that one before.
They can't do it. They'll try. They can't do it. It's against the law. I said earlier, the law will, just like they try to take Trump off. They'll say anything. They'll try to do anything because they're gonna take. You can't get on the ballot because you ain't named a VP. That shit ain't in the stuff, and you can't make it up. So don't even try it. See, people, I know you don't. I done with the craziness. They can say whatever the hell they want to say, but
I know
they doing this to him. See that even,
and he's one of them, isn't he?
That furthermore lets the American people know, like, oh shit, this shit is real. They really not gonna see the common sense, because people. Once you've opened up an avenue for people to start penetrating the actual and factual, then they start getting flooded with the overload that they've been building up of the actual and factual that they've been keeping suppressed. And now they're like, oh shit, they not letting him run. This just ain't happening to Trump. See, they start getting common sense. Senses start picking up on all the shit that you was blocking out.
Was there, not that Donald Trump would have done it, but was there a time where Americans were looking at this and going, maybe Mr. Trump will grab Mr. Kennedy? Or was it just me going, they're kind of on the same page, but they're different parties, and I don't know if they can mesh together.
Donald Trump has not picked anybody yet. So you know what? It could be Byron, it could be RFK Jr., it could be anybody. Some people say the one that allegedly went down in the plane might come walking through the door. I don't know.
I get tired of that. I get tired of that.
I won't know until Donald Trump says, this is my VP.
Yeah.
You know what? I would love to see him and JF run together.
Yeah.
But
I get tired of seeing the JFK is still around. I heard one yesterday, I think it was, that it could be.
Oh, I mean RFK. I don't think JF.
No, I know. But somebody had the audacity to do a video that I think I saw yesterday, was that Elvis and JFK Jr. were going to run and
Well, see,
and Elvis was going to be elected, and it's
a,
just
a lot of people letting this AI shit mess with their head.
yeah.
I told people, and if you out there and you happen to listen, don't send me that shit. Stop sending me AI memes and AI videos, and I can literally say, this ain't them. Why
Right.
you sending me this shit? Because then you're gonna have me thinking about you. Don't do that. I hate it. Stop. But that's what the
Right.
world's coming to.
And
AI,
I've been
artificial
saying
intelligence.
right, and I've been saying early on because the first thing I read about it was from a company that sent me something that said for as little as $300 a day, and I do 5 broadcasts a week, so it would be $1,500 a week. All I would have to do is tell them what I wanted the topic of each broadcast to be. They will take footage from a Boogie with the Bull broadcast, like me sitting here in my maroon shirt. They'll put me on whatever set so that it looks like I'm sitting on some big, beautiful set. It'll sound just like me, but it'll be worded properly, I guess, as they said. And I will never have to do it or worry about it because it will always be perfect. And I just kept saying, I finally said to them, no, it won't be perfect. And they said, why? And I said, because I won't get out of bed every morning and do it. And if I don't get out of bed every morning, it's not perfect. Because if I don't get out of bed every morning and do it, how can I ask America to get out of bed and watch it? Even if I don't say 3 words and I have a guest who comes on and enlightens us every morning. And there's actually nothing wrong with that. Today we got William Rayfield, the host of the Patriots Lab Uncensored. You see him on Facebook. You see him on, I can't even name all the places that he's on. If you're watching us on the Patriots Lab platform, I want to thank you very much because when you do, our live views go through the ceiling. And all I can tell you is that I know that pisses off people at the FB network very much. And I know William doesn't like me to say that, but I do. It pisses off the people at the FB network so much. But good morning to the people in the live chat. Jerry Gaines, who's watching, Dr. Craig Peterson, who owes me 20 minutes of talk about child psychology one day because I keep joking Craig, and I have for as long as I have known him on Facebook, that it will be fun to have Dr. Craig pick apart the brain of a 6.2-year-old child who does a broadcast on Facebook every morning. And anybody else who is watching, I apologize for the crash of the left side monitor that monitors the chat group, so I lost people that were watching in there. But we have a good time anyway, but I make sure that everybody gets acknowledged for being here because I'm very happy that you are. Please like and share the broadcast everywhere that we are on Facebook. Enjoy the conversation and feel welcome to take part. And William just kicked his screen dark. I was going to turn it back over to him for a moment. I do want people, when you see William back before William leaves today, I want William to promote the beautiful Patriots Lab white ceramic coffee mug. It has that PL logo that you see on your screen right now, but you should look at that. And if you like ceramic mugs for drinking coffee, which I think they're the best mug in the world for drinking coffee, you should get one of those in your hands. I think William said it was $7. I don't know if that includes shipping or not. Turn it back to William for a moment. I want one for my desk. I'm going to buy one as soon as I get a chance to sit and count my penny jar and make sure I have enough to do it. I want one on my desk, and I want one.
What?
For,
what?
I want a Patriots Lab coffee mug. I'm going to buy one. I don't want you to give me one.
I'll send you one. You send me one.
I have to get one, and I have to talk to Jen, because Jen Woodruff set it up with someplace that does them one at a time, because we spent so much time trying to look for the lowest price we could get them for. and we couldn't get a price because we don't order a bunch of them, and I don't have room to store them. So
my coffee mugs are $7 plus shipping. So
yeah. I can do it for that price plus shipping. I just have to find someone to cut the either who has a Cricut and a cup press to press the ink into it.
They come shipped in a nice little box, their own little box.
We get this beautiful styrofoam that keeps it from breaking. So yeah, but everybody,
Grady.
Yeah, I know. And well, like I said, I only did the ceramic mug for me because I like drinking it out of ceramic mugs. We're working on a travel mug that will be probably around $7 plus shipping too. Black 19.5 ounce cup that we just bought the other day.
Right. Oh, okay. I know what I wanted to. When you finish.
Go ahead. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. But what else do you want to bring up?
It seems that the mainstream media is once again losing their damn mind. Everybody by now has heard about the ISIS. They are called ISIS-K. What the K stands for, really don't know. But these people went and shot up a concert hall over in Russia. It was 4 of them. Well, probably more than that, but they got 4 of them. And the mainstream media is all up in arms because they came out for their court date, first court appearance. And I got a couple other videos. They beat the shit out of these terrorists. That's what I'm talking about. These military people beat the shit out of these 4 terrorists that they caught. I mean, really whooped up on them something good. Why is the mainstream media all up in arms? They made it to the court. If Vladdy was such a bad person, the military, they'd have killed him. That's what we need to be doing.
Well,
we need to be catching terrorists that have been doing some shit and beat the shit out of them.
Isn't Vlad being careful in the sense that when he brings up even things like the supposed bombing of Crimea by Ukraine, he's being very careful in calling it an attack on Russia. And I thought when I read that this morning that maybe he's just being careful because he doesn't want this to escalate to an all-out war between Russia and Ukraine. Although I've said, and you probably have said, if he really wanted Ukraine, he could just clap his hands and stomp his feet and it would be done, right? Although maybe he's waiting. I'm sorry I cut you off, didn't even give you a chance to talk, but maybe he's waiting because how many times has Donald Trump said, I can end that in 24 hours. And maybe, before I give you the floor, maybe he and Putin have spoken about that, and Putin's on the same page, and he's just trying to wait until Trump is back to do that. Because I don't think Putin likes Biden at all, but I retain my time and throw the floor back at you.
In a nutshell, Putin and Trump are boys, in my opinion. They're alpha men. They're presidents of their own country. And make a long story short, yeah, if Putin wanted to take Ukraine off the map, he would just blow it up. But it's bigger than that. He doesn't want NATO to have access to his back door, which he wants to keep Ukraine as a buffer zone. Basically, Putin said, before you get to me, you got to go through Ukraine. I'm not giving you Ukraine so you can put NATO right there and then be right at my back door and can attack me at any point in time. That's all of it in a nutshell right there. Do we not understand that this was ISIS that took responsibility for now doing suicide missions? I don't care what city it was over there. They didn't do it to Ukraine. They are trying to provoke Vladimir Putin because they haven't been able to provoke him to like go all hell's in right all of this time, and their time is getting short. They're like, what the hell can we do? Because we have to understand and know one thing. These terrorist cells, they're not rogue. Now, you have some that go rogue, but they get their marching orders, in my humble opinion, from somebody. By the puppet masters. So really, that's why people say, well, how can you say Putin is on the same side with Trump? And how can you defend Putin? Because you don't know what the hell Putin is dealing with. So I don't even tend to that conversation with those people. But they're trying to, in my opinion, they're trying to provoke Putin to get into something before their time is short. That's my opinion. I can't remember the last time I heard of a terrorist attack like that taking place. People know how Putin get down. Just ask the 4 people that they caught. And those were real. I watched the video. They were trembling. They were scared. They were. So now you go mess with Putin.
So ISIS goes and attacks Russia. Isn't somewhere along the I don't know the list of the world, are China and ISIS together on anything? And wouldn't you think that if they are in any way, that Zhao is all over ISIS? Like, you went and slapped one of my lieutenants and now or generals, Putin, and I don't know what we're going to do with you right now. You know, they're not going to cut them off because they got no place to go. And
China is already having meetings with Hamas. See, and I'm not going to go into it, and I'm not going to get too deep on people. But I got to go here if you allow me just a couple of minutes.
No, go ahead. Take your time.
People need to understand. Over in Asia, now China's, they like to consider that Asia, the Orient. But there are places over there over the centuries that have been conquered by so many different I don't know what to call it, religions or anything, but there are literally Chinese people over there that are Muslim. Because at one time, that area was ruled over by, I guess, the Muslim kings or whatever. I'm just getting dipped into this because it's deep, because I'm like, wow. So the Asian Pacific, over there, I'm gonna write it all down. I've been watching it for the past couple of days, but it's just striking how there are literally Asian people that are Muslim and how they're connected with the Muslim society. Remember, these people over there, ISIS and all these people, they're Muslim. They're connected way centuries ago.
Okay, so they're allowed in China, because I thought it was one of them. It was either China or Putin in Russia. They're not allowed in one of them. Is it Russia?
I don't know
allowed in. Yeah, it might be Russia. I'll have to look it up and actually come back with the actual factual answer. But I believe they're not allowed in Russia. And I thought they were not allowed in China either, but I'll have to look that up too. I will actually have to do my homework on that one. But a media source saying they're not allowed in anywhere doesn't necessarily mean the actual and factual that they're not actually allowed anywhere. You know. What else is there, William?
Oh, I'm just sitting here trying to look up what the heck I just been talking about. The region, the Asian Pacific region, is it's a trip. The Muslims that are actually in that region.
Yeah. Yeah.
More than half of the world's Muslims live in the Asian Pacific.
Whoa.
This is because the Muslim population in the Asian Pacific is not growing fast as the Muslim population in some other regions, such as South Africa or Middle East Africa. Huh.
Or the state of Minnesota in the United States.
It's crazy, and the fastest growing Muslim nations in Southeast Asia are Indonesia, Malaysia, China, and Central Western Asia. So when you look at Chinese people, what do you see religion-wise? Because you know what? If you don't really do your homework like Buddha, no. Muslim. Religions have a way of tying people together.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
They
So when President Xi from China sits down with Hamas and all these people, they sitting down on a whole different level than what we really understand. They sitting down together on a spiritual level. The demise of the infidel and shit like that. I mean,
I would never want to see Hamas think that they could take down.
That.
I would never want to see Hamas think they could take down Mother China.
They work for China. They're part of the armor. They're one of the tentacles.
Yeah.
Of China.
Yeah.
So
That's
they know
meant.
that. They're just Hamas is just a terrorist organization.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
They would never try that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We shall see.
We will. Broadcast coming up from you tonight during this week.
Yeah, got a lot of legwork to do today. We'll be starting to promote later this evening a great show that I'm trying to plan for Wednesday. These women have lived a life, whether I ain't gonna say willingly, but in some cases with no other options that they thought. But this show is gonna be basically about women that have overcome the sex trafficking trade, whether it be through the strip clubs or whether it be through, just trafficking, prostitution, whatever it may be. But they've all overcome, and they've all, or whether it comes to rescuing, which a lot of them now are doing, trying to save the lives from people that were going through what they've gone through.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a great show. Y'all will know more about it once I start posting it up. I'm gonna call it Ladies Night, and no one other that I could find to host this show but Jen, the homeschooling mom. She will be hosting the show, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm shooting for Wednesday night, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because two of the ladies are on the West Coast, so and got kids, so we got to make the time work. But I'll keep you updated. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be an awesome night. And
I will catch the podcast because that unfortunately is past my medicated bedtime. But I will definitely catch the podcast. But I hope everyone else will watch it live because there will be a test.
But I appreciate it. It's a great Monday.
I
Fun day
enjoy
all
it
day.
when you come. I really do.
Well, thanks for having me. Anytime I can get in on a good conversation.
Yep. Yep. All right.
I'm gonna get ready to jump off out here.
You
You
gotta
are
jump
right
on.
at the 1 hour and 2 second mark.
That's
Appreciate
okay. We started a little late, but that's actually okay. We're gonna go out and then look at a. I'm getting talked into a not necessarily an HP, but an all-in-one for my desk because I just need. People think I need to get rid of the laptops and get into a serious device. We don't want to waste a whole lot of time talking about it today. Get into a serious device for whatever I do and the production of the broadcasts. Time to move up.
Okay.
Stop playing with Chromebooks and start playing with serious, I guess, Windows 11, which, okay.
All right. Have a good day, Brother Dave.
All right, William, always a pleasure. Mayfield, the Patriots Lab Uncensored. Look for that broadcast. I think he said Wednesday evening and 10 o'clock. And please watch it and follow it and take part in the live chat when you have the opportunity. I want to thank him for being with us this morning, and those of you that were on the Patriots Lab platform for watching. I appreciate you watching. Please like the broadcast and share the broadcast everywhere you can on Facebook. And if you saw it off of Facebook, on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, take it and share it from there. Or if you caught it on a Patriots Lab YouTube channel, take it and share it from there. Boogie with the Bull will be back on Wednesday for another bang up morning caffeine. Friday morning we will be back with the Red Friday edition. Hopefully we will have Bill Muckler with us for the first 20 or 30 minutes to talk about what will be happening on this week's Bill Muckler Show. The Bill Muckler Show is live every day on Facebook, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern on the Bill Muckler profile here on Facebook and on the Bill Muckler Show group. Also on nextgen.com. That's nexgen.com. And if you're into taking things and embedding them on social media, you can do it from there. And I appreciate that if you do. Also go to 2020americabook.com, 2020americabook.com. Buy Bill's 2 books, 2020, A Clear Vision for America, 2020, A Clear Vision for Our Future. Read those books. I call them the Bible of our broadcasts every now and then. There's good stuff in those books. Jerry Gaines says, good morning back to you, brother. Let's go. Let's drive. Yep. Let's go. Let's drive. There's a lot to do. Even here in Florida, Jerry, if you heard me say that, I kind of, sometimes I'm sad that I can't just jump into a car and throw the Chromebooks and the tablets into a duffel bag and just go out and talk to people and get their view on what is happening. And maybe we will get that point soon. But I thank everybody for watching. Jerry Gaines watched. William Rayfield was in the live chat. I was in live chat. Dr. Craig Peterson was in the live chat. And the more people that see it, when people share the broadcast, the more we'll watch. And we appreciate that as well. I'm kind of a little tongue-tied this morning. I didn't sleep too well. I woke up around 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning, and I wasn't so much like I feel a lot like I had slept enough and it was time to get up. Just kind of woke up, and that's what it was. And And I don't know. So anyway, I want to thank you for watching. This is the part of the broadcast where I say you've been watching Boogie with the Bull Monday Morning Caffeine, a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. And if you want to be on the broadcast Monday through Friday at 10 a.m., let us know by 9 a.m. and we will make sure that there is a camera slot for you. And if you want to be on the evening broadcast, Boogie with the Bull Tuesday night and Thursday night live, they are 7 p.m. broadcasts on both nights. Let me know by 6 p.m. and we will bring you on a rare Saturday morning Boogie with the Bull for Saturday. Did in fact get canceled at the last minute. I apologize for that. That's why we call it a rare Saturday morning. But if we have enough people, maybe we'll try to stick to that schedule. Anyway, drink your coffee, enjoy your caffeine, and don't spend all your day on Facebook. Make sure you get over to X and see what's going on there and bring back what you can over to Facebook. Make sure you get over to Truth Social and share your views there. And bring that back over to Facebook if that's what you're doing. Go over to Streetlock, STREETLOC.com, streetlock.com. Take what you can out of that news feed as well and bring it back to Facebook as well. Most of the stuff you bring back from Streetlock is stuff that generally, it's been my experience that Facebook doesn't fact check and say, oh no, this is BS. You know? So do that. But I guess my point is just don't spend your time wasting away on Facebook dealing with whatever violations they throw at you, or YouTube, whatever violations they throw at you as well. Or anywhere else you go that doesn't treat you like you have a right to be there and a right to speak as an American. So enjoy the rest of your day. It looks beautiful outside. And that's all we have to say. Double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end one more time. Double B's for